Hey guys, Evan's coming at you. Super excited to chat. I haven't gone live in a little bit, and just wanted to share today a thought process. I'll kind of tell you what inspired it. Every week I actually run into someone that I know, and they're like, "Man, Evans, I need to come see you over there at Seeing You Fit." And I don't believe in like the pushiness. I think if you're gonna make that commitment, it has a lifestyle component to it. I'm like, yeah, just hit me up whenever you're ready. I'm easy to find. You just Google Seeing You Fit. So they're like, yeah. I definitely need to get up with you, but I need to get ready first. And I'm like, oh, what do you mean? You need to get ready first. And they're like, yeah, because I know, like, I've seen the results that you guys get over there at Seeing You Fit. So I know, like, you go in, you're no joke. So if I'm gonna come over there, I need to get my mind right. I need to just get ready. And I always chuckle and just walk away. And of course, it happens every single week. So it happened again today, and it made me really start thinking about the perception that people have towards reaching their goal. And we have clients right now, our oldest clients in her late 80s, and we have clients with all kinds of different things. So I'm trying to figure out, how does an 87-year-old female go in? What does that look like to her? But what I realize is that people have been bombarded with so much nonsense in the media when it comes to reaching their goals, that they think that a good hard push is going to get you there. And the reality is that a good hard push is not. So how do people accomplish it? Like, when I look across our clients and those that are the fittest, those are the people that's been with us 4 or 5 years. But what they've never had like this major uptick in results. They've just been like dogmatic in their behavior. And this led into a lesson I was sharing with my son, and I'll share with you guys. When it comes to goal setting and actually reaching your goals, especially in fitness, I think we underestimate today, but we overestimate the day of our destination. So like, oh, in 6 months, I'm gonna lose like 50, 60 pounds, But today, I'm good. I could take today off. And doesn't mean you have to work out every single day. No, not necessarily. Taking today on could be that today's your recovery day from the workout that you did before. But me and the trainers are always boggling our mind and figuring out, it's just the grace of God, really, and some really good science and some body hacks, that in 30 minutes twice a week, we have people actually getting results. But every certification, and in the 10 years that I've been in the business now, I've gotten about 12 to 13 different certifications. Everybody's like, you need to train 5-6 hours a week. You need to do, I think the recommended amount of physical activity level is a minimum 150 minutes a week. We don't even train our clients at that amount. But what it is that every single day you make an incremental change. And if we can get our habits locked in, see, we don't get 50 pounds overweight because we ate really bad today. Trust me, there's enough YouTube videos, and you can go to Google or YouTube, eat like the 10,000 calories in a day or something, and you watch this person like try to put down a pizza and a bowl and a whole thing of ice cream, and all these different things trying to get their calories in. It's really challenging to do. And they jump on the scale the next day, they're 3 to 5 pounds heavier, And honestly, if they went back to their normal meal plan at the end of the week, they're right back to where they were, because your body doesn't like change, So your body's always fighting for what we call homeostasis, the same state. So your body's going to cause you to lose that weight that you gained from that night out or that, overeating indulgence. So if our body doesn't like change, it's going to force us to lose and get back to where we were. Then why is it so challenging to gain weight? Is because over the last 5-10 years, for many of us, some 20, 30, 40 years, we've been incrementally moving in a direction that's incongruent with our goals. So we've been just gaining a little bit of weight consistently. An extra pound here, an extra pound there, an extra pound here, an extra pound there, just consistently. And in the year, we might only gain 10 pounds, but over a course of 20, 30 years, that's 30 pounds, and it's 30 pounds that our body has locked in as that's norm. And I wish during a consultation, when I sit down in front of someone and they tell me they need to lose 50 pounds and they want to commit for 6 months, I wish I could tell them, I don't think that's a realistic goal in time frame. But I realize that it's not until they start the journey that I have the opportunity to really educate them on how that's going to happen. Like, can you lose 50 pounds in 6 months? People do it all the time. So absolutely. But are you in the mindset and are you ready for that change? Meaning, are your movement patterns well enough that you can train at the intensity that you need to? Are you ready from a behavior change level to make the modifications necessary to get there? Meaning, if I got somebody who's drinking soda, 3, 4, 5, 6, things of soda every single day, they can't go to zero soda tomorrow. Me and Jamil were just talking about this week. We have a client who's doing 12 cans of soda a day, and she went to zero, and it's kind of like crazy in the household right now. Yeah, I mean, she's going to backslide. She's going to trigger back because it's too hard of a change. So she'll make minor changes consistently and make it down to 6 cans of soda. And everybody was like, oh, that's a whole lot. And then get down to this. And over time, she may eliminate soda from her diet, hopefully. And but in the process of eliminating, she's going to get some gains. So, I just want to encourage people as you set your goals. I looked at my feed today and I was like, man, everything, there's so much marketing right now for weight loss and fitness, and everybody got their own little thing. And, oh, you're going to burn all these calories and you're going to do all this, in one exercise. But the reality is that one exercise can't do it. 1 month can't do it. So what we really need to do is figure out, okay, what is the most sustainable pattern and process that I can maintain that'll constantly keep me moving, where I can just chip away every single day. And it breaks my heart when I sit down with somebody and after a week they lost a pound and they're discouraged. And I think, when was the last time you lost 50 pounds in a year? And very few of them had. And if they lost 50 pounds, they did in a very short period of time, some crazy fad diet. They weren't able to eat normal food. People watch me and they go, Evans, how do you eat all that food? And I go, I have to keep my metabolism up and to lose weight. I have a thyroid condition, so I have to. And they're like, I got a thyroid condition, I can't lose weight. Because they don't understand metabolism. That's a whole nother conversation, but it's just being patient. So, my coach tells me all the time, she says, Evans, when you're evaluating your team, and I think it really works well for even personal training and people getting help with metabolic coaching or a nutrition program as well, is you look at 3 things, right? Do they have the drive? And at different points in your life, you have to ask yourself, do I have the drive to move towards my goal right now? And I'd be very transparent with you. I've struggled with developing the drive for most of this year. I came into this year, and this year, like every year, I think life is like the EKG, it has its up and down, and when it flat lines, game's over, but, so I had, just from a business standpoint, and then a personal, like physical health standpoint, challenges this year that allowed my stress levels to be higher than I was even aware of. I wasn't even aware that I was under as much stress as I was until I went out to California in February. And, I get coached as well. And my coach was like, hey, Evans, buy the Whoop. And this is not a Whoop advertisement, but buy the Whoop and track how you're managing stress. And it's, it tells your heart rate variability, all kinds of cool stuff. But I was like, I'm good. I'm blessed. I'm too stressed to be blessed. I have my affirmations. I read every day. All things are under my feet. I can make it through. I know this is just a season. I'm good. But my nutrition was slipping. I'm eating all these chocolate chip cookies. I'm not exercising the way I normally would. I don't even have the drive to do it. My drive was taking a hit, and I didn't realize it was because I wasn't managing these stressors that I had in my life. So I started tracking it, and the system has like a green means you can go like as hard as you can today, or yellow, or a red. And I'm red. I remember after a couple of weeks, we were on a coaching call, and I said, I don't think it's possible to get into green. They're like, it's possible. You just need to go to sleep, You just need to find ways to de-stress. So long story short, I found a way. I'm back into green. But, with being injured and having, work stressors, my drive for my personal fitness, even though I desired to be there, my drive to get there, thank you, Tier, my drive to get there wasn't there. So I gained like 20 pounds, in that time frame. At my size, a gain of 20 pounds, most people don't even see it. The advantage of being a little bit higher. But all my pictures, I can tell I have like these soft cheeks and things like that. And I don't see my abs the way I normally do. And I'm like, I need to get on track. And every week I need to get on track. And every week I need to get on track. And as soon as I finish saying I need to get on track, I'm eating a chocolate chip cookie. So I had to deal with, what's holding up this drive component, and it's okay if you take time to be honest with yourself. At times your drive is not there, and then you got to figure out, how do I get my drive there? Maybe I need to revisit my dreams and my goals and why I'm on this journey. Maybe I just need to hang out with other people whose drive is higher. I just finished reading a book, and it was talking about how humans are structured in such a way that when, whoever you associate with, because we're community based, we will naturally pick up the habits of those who we associate with so we can be a part of what is normal. So sometimes just being around people that are in the game, and honestly, being on Instagram and watching fit people doesn't do it. You're not around them. You don't have conversations. You're not watching them eat. If anything, for me, that discourages me. I'm like, man, I'm never going to get in shape. Look at the abs. I remember my peak fitness, man. I'm looking at other people on Instagram and getting discouraged. And, so that's not what I recommend. So anyway, look at your drive. Is your drive there to really go after that goal at the timeline that you set it for? Because we've all heard SMART goals, right? And one of it is time bound. So, if you say I want to lose X number of pounds in X amount of time, most of us set this goal that unless we're like lock solid, no room for error in that 6 to 12 month time frame, that's the only way we're hitting that goal. And the reality is many of us don't have the drive to do that, because if I have a choice to get some work done and to work out, sometimes I'm getting the work done because I need to get the work done. The next thing is my capability. Do I have the capability to do that? So capability, root word there, am I capable, and do I have the ability, to do that? So, do I have the skills in place to accomplish that goal? So as I set my fitness goal, whether I'm using a calculator to track my macros, or I'm using a sheet and I'm writing down my foods, and I'm using whatever technique and tools, do I have the skill set to do that? And doesn't mean I can't hit it, but then I have to take time to develop that skill. No different than learning how to write cursive. When you first learn to write cursive, or learning how to do algebra, you can do it now, but how long? How many times did you get the question wrong? Or learn how to walk is my favorite example. Every child, they say the average child falls 300 times in their attempt to walk. I love it. Whenever I bring new staff on, they fail like crazy. And I expect it. They don't expect it. They think they're awesome. And I think they're awesome too. But I know they're going to fail. And it can become very discouraging because they're like, man, I don't believe I'm failing like this. And I'm like, just dude, as long as you don't quit, you'll master whatever you're doing. So in your goal, if you want to hit your goals and never have to like play around with this thing again, give yourself enough times to fail through it. Give yourself room. I was listening to a preacher this morning as I was preparing for church, and he said the word salvation at its root word means is like room spiritually, room to breathe, So give yourself a little bit of grace. Give yourself that room to breathe so you can say, hey, I started on my plan and I fell off, but I gave myself room, so it's okay. Now I can get back on. Because the only way you're going to hit this goal and maintain it is that you got to be consistent. It's the constant beating of water over the rock that creates sand. But I'm telling you, one big gush of water, no matter how much water it is, it's not destroying that rock. That rock is going to be like, woo, that was a cool water, but it's not going to make a change. But it's a little bit consistently over time. And start building in the habits. Do I have the habits to support it? Am I buying groceries consistently? Do I have my workouts on my schedule? If I'm a scheduled person, do I have somebody to support me? I had a guy approach me today, and I'm blessed that people will trust me with to help them in their fitness goals. And he was like, Evans, and I always looked at him, just, I never told him, but I always looked at him like, man, he's in decent shape. And he's like, Evans, would you guys train me? I'm like, of course we will, And he's like, honestly, I just need somebody else to help push me because I can't get to where I want to be motivating myself or pushing myself. So do I have the capability? Do I have the skills? Do I have the knowledge? Do I know how to do the pieces I need to do? Do I know how? And don't think that the last meal plan that you did 5 years ago is going to work today. Because if you understand how the body works and metabolism works, your body changes. It's not like, oh, it's the same. You're welcome, Ruth. You're always awesome. But your body's always changing. So you have to realize that, hey, what I used to do may not work anymore. I can't tell you how many people I talk to and they've been doing the same workout for 2 years and wondering why they can't lose weight, because your body's adapted to it. You're never going to gain muscle. You're never going to lose fat doing the same thing for 2 years. You have to create this environment where your body has to change. And it's actually a shorter window than 2 years, but I can't give away all the secrets. So do I have the capability? Do I have the drive? And the third one's a tough one. It's the capacity component, right? Do I have the support? Do I have the time, to hit my goal? So if I only have, let's say I'm limited on time, and so for a lot of our people, they're training an hour and a half, an hour a week. Well, you're not going to hit your goals at the same pace as someone who's training 3 hours a week. It just doesn't happen that way, so we have to be okay with, okay, this is what my timeline allots for me. I'm not competing with anybody else. I have to deal with my life, and then I can just work with the variables that I have to consistently reach my goal. But as long as I'm consistent on my path, I will hit my goal. And it's very, I was thinking about this morning in the shower. I was like, man, I'm so glad I married my wife before social media, and before all the what's those dating apps, babe? Those things, eHarmonies and all these different things. Because I'm like, I don't know how these people can commit, because you always think that there's something better. And so whatever you choose to do, you have to do your research and trust that whoever is guiding you down that pathway it is vested in the industry, and has done the work to make sure that they're a credible voice to help you accomplish your goal. And then you shut out the noise. You put blinders on and you go, okay, I'm gonna be patient with the timepiece. I'm gonna make sure I develop a support system. Sometimes the support system is the people that you're paying, to be transparent. I know for some of us and some of our clients, and they don't have a support system at home. They're not a part of there's no hiking really in Delaware, so they're not a part of all these outdoor activities that warrant you to be fit. So we are that support system for them. But do I have the support? Do I have the time? And if you couple those three pieces together, if you check your drive, right, your drive has to be somewhere. And I always talk to people about the difference between motivation and commitment. Your motivation will fluctuate, right? Anybody been married over a week, knows that, your motivation will fluctuate, but your commitment should not vary. So it's really important. You may be motivated today and not be motivated today. That doesn't even matter. You need to be committed every day. And if you're committed every single day, you're doing whatever today's game plan is. If today's a rest day, that's my game plan for today. I'm committed to resting or recovering or doing whatever, depending on what my goal is. Today's a workout day. I'm committed to working out today. Every day is an eating day, so I have to commit to that. And then I operate at my level. So I'll give you a little example of this my level piece, and then I'll wrap this up. But it was just so important because I talk to people all the time and everybody's like, oh, it's so hard. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's just so consistent. It's not about hard work. It's about consistent work. This working at your level is, let's say, one of the biggest things everyone knows, you're supposed to be drinking water, right? You're supposed to drink at least half of your body weight in ounces of water at a minimum. Depending on hydration and sweat and things like that, it may be a higher number, but let's just start there. And if you're drinking 16 ounces a day, let's say, maybe you don't start with half of your body weight. So if you're 200 pounds and you go from 16 ounces to 100 ounces, you're going to be mad. You're going to feel nauseous. You're going to pee every hour. You're going to be very unproductive that day, and it's not sustainable. But maybe your level means that you go from 16 a day to 32 or 24, and you maintain that. Now, if someone else, same height, same weight, even same body composition, but they're drinking 80 ounces a day, they may go to 100 ounces a day because that's where they are. So it's more than just bio individuality. It's like, where are you in time and space? So do I have the drive? Do I have the capability, the skills to accomplish the goal? And then do I have the capacity, the time to support? Do I have the resources? Because honestly, some things cost more, and it's okay. And I don't think we calculate. I know for sure we don't advertise, being in this industry and watching and studying it. We don't actually, there's a period of suck you have to go through. Sometimes it's just not fun. Sometimes nobody's there with you. Sometimes it's just you and the man in the mirror, and you got to figure out, okay, am I going to do what I know I need to do based on the commitments that I set up? And it may rain that day, it may snow that day, it may be a great day to just chill at the beach. And I'm always working on my tan, so is it a good day to do all those things? But what did I make my commitment to? And that's what's going to help you accomplish your goal. So highly recommend, in this industry is not, there's so many different variables that affect what someone's body is like and what has caused them to be there. And it's a lot of behavior and habits that we've established over time. So I do recommend that, as you go down the journey, hopefully you go to Senior Fit. But there's a lot of good resources, to be transparent, and we're not a good fit for everyone. So there's a specific person that really enjoys our service and that we really enjoy working with, and you can easily tell that as you look at our website, you look at our communication in there. But typically a successful, busy professional, that wants to lose weight, fit their clothes better, increase their confidence, their energy, people that want to work with someone who's the professional side of fitness. So it's really important to us that we're matching your professionalism in there. So a lot of our clients, they're leaders in the community, they're professionals, they're growing in that realm, and they want to work with people who have made the similar investment towards fitness. I think personally that it's a responsibility for me and my team to continually upskill and do our CEUs and do all those kind of things to provide the best quality care that we can to our community. And I know for me, I'm not going to a dentist that's just really passionate about teeth but won't go to school for it. So ensure, like, hey, who am I going to? Like, what certification did you get? And it shouldn't be some online thing. It should be something that they have to go and take a national certification for. It should be something that they're upskilling in continually. And as they do those things, okay, cool. And then when they give you your plan, be patient. Be patient throughout the process, and don't be afraid to ask questions, because anybody who's offended and you ask them questions on why they choose to do what they do, they don't know what they're doing. But I know, just looking on the people that are on here now, if I go to you guys and ask you, hey, why did you choose to do this? Hey, what was your thought process on that? You're not just pulling stuff out the sky. It wasn't just because it was kind of cool and a friend did it. It wasn't because it was on YouTube. It's because somewhere you studied to show yourself approved, as well as you've gone there and you've tested it out, whether yourself or on different projects that you've done, and now you're credible and you thought that was a good recommendation for me. So I think if you apply these little things, and if you don't remember anything else, just look at your drive, capacity, and capability and really dial that in, you're going to hit your goals. But don't get suckered into these things that's like, oh, you're going to get all this results, in this little bit of time. That's not how it works. Now, you'll see some difference in a short period of time, but really you should look at, am I creating behavior changes that are sustainable? And you're going to see some really cool testimonial videos that we're going to do from the people who did our Kickstart. We had people lose a ton of weight, drop 2 dress sizes, all this kind of great stuff in 2 months. In a month. But what's really exciting for me is that they're learning how to eat better. They're learning how to exercise consistently. They're learning how to create habits whether it's going to the grocery store together as a couple and shopping, or cleaning up their pantry, or exercising and planning that into their time budget. They're making these habits that can get them to their goals. And if you're focused on the process, you will have the progress. But too often we look at the results before we look at the process, and it's the process that's going to determine the results. So love you guys. Excited to share. I'll probably go live a little bit more. I say that every time, but I'm really in a good headspace. So I'm really excited. If there's a certain topic that we deal with that you'd like me to talk about, I talk about it all in there, and I'm definitely welcome to do that. So don't hesitate to ever shoot us a message like, Evan, you should talk about that. And I'll do that. But I really want to encourage you guys to take your fitness journey serious and work with people that, that are going to do that just the same. So talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful day and do what I'm about to do. What are you about to do, Evans? I'm about to cook my food for tomorrow, actually for the week. So most of my meats are done already, but I'm going to make some vegetables and I'm going to do all kinds of cool stuff. So my food is packed tonight, so I know what I'm eating tomorrow. Cool. That's the easy way to win. Talk to you guys in a bit.